One board member resigned yesterday. One board member resigned yesterday.
One of them. It's.
Okay, I'd like to call the Pocahontas County Board of Education
Regular meeting for Tuesday, April
15th,
2025.
begin at 8 o'clock to order. 4 members are present. Mr. Gibson is absent.
Open with the pledge of allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First off, we'll have approval of
The agenda. Have any questions?
the agenda.
Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying
Saying aye. Motion carries.
miscellaneous. Approval of the levy order rate, which was presented
Presented to the Board
of Education on March 11, 2025, and approved by the State Board of Education and Tax Commissioner as submitted, effective for the fiscal year beginning July the 1st, 2025, and ending July the 30th, 2026. So rates are as follows. Class 1 land, $19.40. Class 2, $38.80. Class 3, $77.60. And Class 4, $77.60. Do I have a motion?
Mr. McCollum made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Hollingsworth, second. Any questions?
Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Motion carries. Back to the board, Mr. McCollum. Mrs. Hollingsworth.
This one, she has some. Fine. The bill said. If them, you need more than, it's 12 hours of training now. And so if you ever gotten 12 hours from now.
That takes effect July the 1st, 2025.
Right.
So next year, all board members will be required.
Right. Am I right, Ms. Hollingsworth?
And it's right, and it's not hard to do. You go to the fall or the spring,
That do it, what should we do?
and then one other,
Got the two.
one other date. Like the one in the Roman, or not. And I want to go to that, Sherry.
I think it's done closed, hasn't it?
No,
Hell,
no, not too.
What closed one, you have to get rooms at a different place in West. State.
Drive up at one.
I want to do as much virtual as I can.
That's not.
Actually, no one needed any hours the rest of this year except for
So
Mr.
we're good, we're good.
Yes, next year you will need more. Starting July 1, we take this, take the average now for next year. You have to wait until July.
This is spring training, it's always a good, check.
And in the final 4-year term, August, if you're not going to be reelected, you don't have to do it. And let's see what compensation rate, we need to talk about that. at some point because the state is saying we need to be paid 260 per meeting, but the county can pay us less.
Yeah, we can change that bill, but
But, you know, we can't get more. And we need to keep that in mind. I think that's all that really it passed, that the real concerning ones that didn't pass, I don't know if you checked on it, but the regional county boards, that went down the tubes.
In the last,
last reading. That's good.
they read it twice. They tabled the tables and it never come back up.
I was watching that closely.
Yeah. So that's all.
Let the record show that Mr. Gibson is here.
Mr. McCombs, we,
Mr. Gibson,
What are you talking
matters of the board.
about?
happy to be around.
Nothing more stop at middle school, got grass out there and middle school. They almost, on which I go to the high school, I cut the grass there and then go to work at the associate across the road. So I'm this morning and visit 3 schools. Stay outside, grass.
Maybe.
I've got a few things. I apologize for missing the last meeting, but my wife had surgery and everything was fine. So I had a few things to bring up last. I can just mention it now because I don't Miss Baltic isn't here. I don't know if anybody else can answer any of the questions that I've got. The one is the CTE allotments. How many people are getting that? We were told that there was 3. There were 3 people getting the CTE allotments. And
Two.
there's 2. How come we're having 2? Should there be 1, 2? What should there be?
Well, only one now, because we only have one principal policy.
So there's only 1 CTE stipend now. It's not 3, correct?
There's 2, right?
There was 2 principals policy, because assistant and a principal. They got CTE stipends.
Nobody in the board office getting a CTE.
I hope you, sir.
I don't think it was.
There is-
We're being told there
There,
is.
no, there are supplements for our directors, but it is not specified for CTE.
Yeah. The other thing I had was, I saw where we went from 24 credits to graduate down to 22. Is that something that we need to vote on, or is that something that?
You did?
We did, but that's state, that's the state.
Okay,
We changed that.
okay.
Help, you
You
may
may
have.
have to help me out here, Chrissy, but some of the teachers and the principals to high school back several years ago, it's 24. And then whenever
The state is 22. We changed it back to the state.
Okay.
They can take more. They just.
yeah, they take more, but they gotta have at least 22 to graduate.
Okay, and has anybody got any updates on the percent of transcripts that are completed for the underclassmen? I know the seniors were done, but how about the underclassmen?
They're working on them. It's a work in progress. They're making good progress, but they're continuing to work on this.
Okay, that leads into my next question is the curriculum and everything, the classes and everything set for the high school? Because I'm getting some word from the middle schools that they can't complete their stuff because the high school part of it's not complete.
Right. They're working on a program of study, which outlines every course that they are going to offer at the high school, and they're putting that booklet together. You can't really do a schedule without that program of study because the students need to know what the classes are about. And if they don't know that, then they can't make good decisions about what they are interested in taking. So they're working on the program of study. The middle school, I have asked them to be patient with the high school. Those folks up there are trying to run that school every day, plus build things from the ground up that have not been in place. So they're working on it. It's a work in progress. Everything takes so much time, and they're new. So they're just building things from the ground up.
I mean, do they have a priority list that they're
They
following?
We do, your department gives us a priority list. I just printed her recent one that she updated yesterday, this morning. So yes, they have a list that they're working on and it's got dates when things are, have to be due by and things. I feel certain that they will have a schedule and everything soon, but it just takes time. And they're working with, the Education System Solutions Group. They're working with them to develop this program and study. Casey's done a great job, but it's not finished yet. But they are working on it.
The end of the year's coming quick.
Yeah, we know. This is fun. I'm scared. This is fun.
She told me I was at the high school last week or week before last.
Week before. Was that the day that, yeah.
Day I seen you.
Yeah.
She said that the schedules would be ready by May 15th.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
I prefer.
List of items that they've been working on and about.
Yes.
That's me. You could probably get your copy of that.
Yeah, just so,
Yeah.
just so we're,
She does it.
just so we're doing everything we possibly can, because the end of the
Yeah.
year's coming quick.
When they check things off, like she strikes through them and puts done beside of them, like yes, there is a list.
Now, next one, which Ms. Foster get in here, I don't know who's in charge, but my opinion, we need to be posting for a principal to Pocahontas County High School. I don't know why that has not been posted. I don't know what the holdup is. I figured after we voted with the high school that the following week we would have it posted, and we have nothing yet. What? This is an open meeting, and if I could get you all to go along with me, we need to post the job for principal at Pocahontas County High School.
I agree. I make a motion to post.
We can't vote on the agenda.
We can't,
We can't vote on it, Mr. Gibson. We can
Can we?
recommend it,
Well, can
but we can't vote because it's not on the agenda.
Mr. President.
I make a motion to put that next week's agenda, please?
you can't make a motion to do that, but I can take care of it.
Okay.
Did Miss Foster say she's working to stay in the last meeting?
I don't remember that, Sherry, she could have. But, Ms. Barkley, will you put that on the agenda for the next meeting?
That we would like to see that posting for principal Pocahontas County High School come out.
I mean, some of these other schools are they're gonna lose some people, and the candidate pool might bump up. I'm hoping it does. I think we need a fresh set of eyes, fresh face, and let's start over. And we talked a minute ago about Dr. Ferris. Now, I'm in agreement if he's willing to help us do some of this stuff, I would love him to come over and help us and try to guide.
I don't think he's going to come out.
us. That's fine.
Mr. Ferris's health is not the best ever work right now.
For what I hear.
I think he'd be very valuable to us, lead us through some of this stuff. Something else, I don't know if you all know anything about, is what do we lack for the construction at the high school on electrical and the gym floor?
We did the bid, we're waiting on the bid. The wall, they had a pre-bid meeting the 10th. And so that bid process is underway, we're waiting.
When is it closed? Yeah, remember? Ms. Balsley told me that the construction was gonna start the day after graduation.
That's the plans. Not the day after graduation, because.
Or day after school.
Yes.
So it's
And
like-
that's what, that was another pre-bid. There were, I don't know, maybe 12 companies out there for the pre-bid meeting. It was a good turnout. We were taking, some were for just the gym and some was for just electric. Some were contractors that would do both.
Yeah.
But everything's gonna be under one general contractor.
And I have talked, I mean, we got an email about wanting to know anybody about the, Clerk of the Works. I've contacted two people. I don't know if they both seemed interested. And I told him to get a hold of Dwayne and Miss Boss. There's somebody here. I don't know if they have it or not, but I have approached 2 people that I know of that would.
I know we had one resume, but I mean, I've been
I
able
think
to.
that was the one.
Couple days.
To-
The bids end on April 29th at 1:30 PM.
And last that I think I have is, I volunteered to be on a citizen advisory board for down in Denmark, down to prison. And I went down there to a meeting and, they do offer a lot of things that we can use and they stand up. I stopped by here after that meeting, talked to Miss Bostic about it.
And she laid that to the press.
Did she? Okay, because they are willing to send people out to do some work. It's not every day, all that, but I gave her the gist of it. So that is available. If we know of anybody that work released out of the prison, I'll bring them up for a day. Yeah, we got
True.
yeah. Same way they used to do it years ago.
We that.
I'll say you used
I
to.
mean, find things like painting and stuff like that, and they don't.
Yeah.
But weeding and mowing, they can weed, mow all day long.
They said all you need to do is supply them tools and lunch. And they would do whatever. They said that they're wanting to get more and more into the community. They've got, like I said, they've got all kinds of jobs, not guard jobs. They only had like one guard job open, but they've got all kinds of different maintenance men, teachers. They've got all kinds of stuff open down there. So if anybody's interested, please contact me and I'll give you the info.
Wrong, but if it hasn't changed, they cannot be in the schools when kids are in the schools.
That's true. They got, I thought to talk to Ms. Ball, because I didn't know if there was some rules, regulations, but I let her know, so. Really?
Yeah, I had board, had no floor. They did.
Those 5 prisoners in this.
Hey, I'm sure they enjoy getting that.
It was an asking problem.
And not work, you didn't see the tall grass, but see that, no, it's just not. Miss Hollingsworth is right. They can't. With the student. But besides that. Summer middle school was.
20 years.
Acreage. You got anything else, Mr. Moody?
That's all I've got. Thank you.
We have received 6 applications for superintendent for Lawrence County School. How do we want to handle this? It's up to us. Do we interview all 6 of them? You want to interview 3 of them? You want to interview 4? It's up to this board to make a decision on how we want to interview. And we can put it on the next board agenda as an executive session. If that would be on the 22nd. To discuss it or to interview, then we set up the interviews.
I think we should interview them all, but when this is a statewide search, we go through the state process. They all deserve to be heard.
That's something we'll have to discuss at the 22nd meeting. Is that fine with everybody? It's an executive session to go over the applications of the 6 people who applied for superintendent of public. He wants. I need somebody to print them off because I've got them on my phone, but I can't print. I don't have a printer. And,
If they send them to you, you print them.
We'll take care of it. You send them.
they send it under my personal account, instead of the school account.
Oh, don't open that.
That's the one Jim Brown sent them to me. So let's put that, to go over the applications.
I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Brown for all the work that he does and updates and all that. I don't know how the man does it. But he is on it all the time. I mean, he's.
And there's only 2 of them in that office.
Really, surely. Well, he's on top of everything. I mean, it's.
Anybody have anything else? The next Board of Education meeting will be held on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025, beginning at 6 o'clock at the Board Conference Room in Buckeye, West Virginia. Adjournment, do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
So,
Motion made, I had seconded. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion carried, we are hereby adjourned.